Good morning. I've had a number of clients of mine, successful men who work hard all the time, have achieved a little something in life, tell me that their wives may not be voting for our president, but instead are going to vote for the socialist candidate because they don't like President Trump's personality. These guys are concerned and they've actually asked me if they should divorce their wives. And I say to them, you want to divorce your wife over politics? And they kind of go, I'm thinking about it. And I respond, hell yeah. You might want to kick her out of the damn house. Ladies, if you vote for the socialist candidate, you are really dissing your husband. If you're not married, you're dissing your father who worked his ass off to provide for you, probably fought for his country. You are dissing your children and their future, and you're dissing the United States of America. You probably are not as well informed as you think you are. Yes, Daddy paid for you to go to a nice school, but that doesn't mean you know jack, okay? I'm sorry, but I gotta say that. So I'm gonna give you a little tutorial on socialism. I have in front of me here the Virginia Declaration of Rights, which was the precursor of the Bill of Rights. It's one of the most remarkable documents ever written and enacted into legislation. The very first section of the Declaration deals with property rights. The sanctity of property is what separates capitalism from socialism. You work hard, you earn things through your labor. You are in control of that, and you are the best steward of that asset than anyone else. And when you are a steward of that asset, you put it to good use. If it was shared with other people, it wouldn't be put to good use. And that creates wealth for all of society. And it is a form of liberty and security that we can take control of our own lives without intervention from a tyrannical government. Democrats and socialists don't believe that. They believe that what you own is theirs, and they get to dictate how much of it you can keep, instead of you deciding as a free citizen what to give the government to give them control over. They actually think they own you, your labor, and your property. And that's the big difference. History is replete with the absolute tyranny that results from the government having control over your property and livelihood. In the 20th century, socialism caused over 100 million deaths. And it has to lead to incredible corruption and evil. Because as conservatives, we understand that human nature never changes. Man is basically corrupt or corruptible. If you read the writings of Thomas Hobbes, John Locke, David Hume, Adam Smith, our founding fathers, they all understood that we had to have a structure of government to suppress the negative elements of human nature and to enable the good elements of human nature. In theology, that's called the duality of man. And that's what our Constitution has done for us over 200 years. It's created remarkable wealth and security. We have a standard of living the world has never seen before, even dreamed of, because of our Constitution and our institutions. What the Democrats and the socialists want is they want power now. They want power now is because they are corrupt. And what this is going to lead to is destruction, death, deprivation of rights, liberties like you have never seen before. It's a slippery slope, and this is the most crucial election we have ever had in our lives. Look what they are up to. Look at the dissent in the street. They've caused a race war, not because they care about black people, because it is a means to power. To them, the ends always justify the means. Indeed, the people who I know who are voting for the socialist candidate are people who are woefully uninformed, and their decision making is completely based on emotion, not by what is necessarily true, by how they have been manipulated by the media to believe some of the things that are said about our president. Now, when Donald Trump first came down the elevator, I had some reservations. I didn't like his personality either. I didn't like the show he had. Being a Southerner, I thought he was rude and crass. But as I listened to the substance of his message, um, I really began to like him. And then if you understand the forces against him, um, and how dishonest they are, and the constant barrage of false claims against him, I guarantee you that I would probably be just as belligerent. I would be more belligerent. Um, so you've got to look at policy, not personality. And the stakes are huge. Now, I could walk you through a litany of issues and tell you why Donald Trump is right on the issues, from deregulation, taxes, the economy, climate change, defunding the police, really, and a litany of others. I don't have time for that. But ask yourself, when you look at every policy, one, who's promoting the policies and what do they have to gain by them? So much of the narrative that is thrown out there today is thrown out there merely as a means to enrich the promoters and to get support from basically a very pliable and ignorant public. When you think about who you vote for, think about philosophy. Which candidate wants to bestow liberty to you such that you're in control of your life and you have institutions that protect you? And then think about what the other side wants to do, where they basically want to enslave you. They want control of your property and your labor. They want to tell you what to do, what to be scared of, and how to live. I think the decision should be pretty easy. Don't vote against your family, your community, and your country. The fuel that fires the engines of socialism is envy and hatred. Socialism gets its power through manipulation of emotions. Don't let your emotion overtake reason. Socialism is evil.